with willows and I fell with leaves. I am the badlands and the silence it holds, a warrior who walks but is never alone. There's a black and a white wolf in me, and I live and I die. Which one I feed? It's a war this time. It's fighting inside, and I live and I die. Which one I feed?
What's up, guys? Figured I'd do a little pre-season prep work, trapping season prep work type deals that I normally do every year. I think it helps me out where I catch a bunch of coyotes. You know, I strictly try to go after coyotes anyway. That's my favorite thing to catch, along beside bobcats. I like catching bobcats, but coyotes are probably my number one favorite thing to catch, and what I normally go after anyway. But so these are coyote and bobcat traps. They'll catch raccoons also, but we owe it to the animal to do our due diligence on prep work for the upcoming season. We're in August 1st right now. My trapping season doesn't start till November. I'm going to be dyeing my traps today so that way they can sit outside and vent out and not have any smell on them. I use Rust-Oleum too. This is the black, but I'm going to try to use all of this right here first. And I know I've seen just some discussions on the Rust-Oleum with coyotes and with traps and everything, the smell and all that, but if you do it well in advance, you won't have no smell of paint on your traps. It just won't have it anymore. Same with this KBL quick dye. The smell will go away and you'll be ready to go. I don't wax my traps anymore. I just don't see the need for it. My traps, they're all 4-coiled. They fire just fine. When I was waxing my traps, I was getting a lot of dig ups also, and that really sucked. So that's a lot of remakes and everything like that, which we don't want none of that. So I quit waxing my traps and went ahead and just started dyeing them and painting them, and haven't had any issues with dig ups or anything like that. My dig ups went away quite a bit. It went from probably 100 a year to 100 a season to probably just 1 or 2 a season. So that's a big step for me, and I learned that through the guys that trap 100 and some odd coyotes a year. You know, they don't they don't wax their traps anymore. And last year was the first year I didn't wax my traps any, and I reached for a goal of 50 coyotes and I got 77. So maybe it's just coincidence, but I believe I don't have to wax my traps anymore, and I probably won't. But we owe it to the animal to pull our traps out and start looking at them right now. Going through, checking all the material that's on this trap, swivels, J-hooks, make sure there's nothing straightened out. Make sure that you know that animal's going to be there when you go to check in the morning. These traps, they're super easy on the animals and they're super easy on me. I check my pan tension, which most of mine run about 2.5 to 3 pounds, some maybe even 4. But a coyote will trip that and a bobcat will trip that all day long. Other than that, I'm going to dip these rusty traps in the KBL quick dye. I got a new trap here. I'll probably try a few of these to see if it adheres to it, but I can roll with the trap right now like it is and go catch a coyote, you know, when the season starts. All you gotta do is just take it to the power wash and take the new oil off of it and rub your hand up against it. If there's nothing on your hand, you're good to go. There's no issues there. But these sat outside 365 days last year and trapped some, and now they're starting to look like this, so they're ready for a dye. And that's all I'm gonna do to them. Another thing is, buy your baits and lures right now. Anything that you need, not just baits and lures, but anything you need for the upcoming season, whether it has to be any kind of fleshing, skinning, get it all right now. Don't wait till trapping season starts, because you're not prepared if you do, and you will not meet the quota that you were looking for or the goal that you were looking for. You might, but your chances are a lot slimmer. I do this so I can at least try to catch 50 coyotes or more. Maybe one of these seasons, and when I have a good season, I might reach for 100 coyotes. But with my work schedule and the way things are, I don't reach for that goal yet. I'd like to someday, but 50 coyotes a season is pretty good for me, and I was able to reach 77 last year, which was outstanding. You know, I met a goal and then some, and I paid it off by being prepared and doing my due diligence on trap prep work and buying my baits and lures, urines, making my wax dirt, wax sand, having everything ready for skinning and fleshing, all the above. Making sure the vehicle you're going to be driving is in good working condition. Make sure your trapping bucket is in good working condition. You got all the tools that you need to take out into the field. Just stuff like that will have you more than prepared, and you don't have to worry about it. You can just strictly work on trying to catch your critters. So, but like I said, today we're going to be doing KBL quick dye. So let's get started. Alright, got a couple rusty traps here. Like I said, we're just clean the grass off of it. It's another step to see these traps are pretty rusty all the way around, so I've already dipped two. I just added 3 parts of gasoline to 1 quart of quick dye. And it says to leave it in there for 20 to 30 seconds. But as you can tell, makes them rusty traps start shining a little better. Yeah, it'll help out a lot. It really protects them. Them hard winters can be pretty hard on your traps. It's all shiny again. You just kind of shake off the loose stuff. Then I just come over here and hang it. Let it dry. Just like so. 20 to 30 seconds. And they'll look like that. I got a whole slew of traps. This is just half of what I've got. But these are mainly the ones that need to be taken care of with PLC. So we'll get to going. Starting to look pretty again. These were all rusty traps. KBL quick dye. It'll protect your traps. This is like snare wire right here for these cable restraints, or not cable restraints, but these earth anchors. It'll do that to your snares. Also, I might do a couple snares to see what they look like. But it's starting to look good. Alright, you can see how easy that was. I did those in just a matter of minutes. I held them in there for about 20-30 seconds. Man, they look good. So now I'll just leave them be. I'll let them dry. Then I'll set them out back of the shed here, and that's where they'll stay till trapping season starts. And they'll be scent free, and they'll be ready to go. So, all right, guys, part way done. Got a few more traps left to do. I got these traps done. These were the ones that were pretty rusty, and then these ones right here were the new traps that I dipped. Didn't know how they were going to look after being dipped, but from what I can tell, it didn't seem to matter whether they were rusty or not. They took to that dye pretty well, so I'm pretty happy about that. I only got a little bit of dye left. This is just a little bit of what I do. It ain't much for his video wise, but when it comes to trap prep work, I take them out a couple months in advance when it's kind of hot out and just go through them, make sure everything's good, make sure your swivels, pan tension, shock springs, whatever you have it, make sure your trap's in good working condition so you don't have to worry about that when it comes time to go and lay it in the ground. Go out to trapping conventions, go find some dealers, buy some traps, buy some bait and lures. They're all good. I don't have a specific one that I use. I use multiple baits and lures. There's not one that's better than the next. They're all good. You just gotta find the location of the critter and you'll catch them. That's just what it boils down to. So until next time, we'll see you guys on down the road. Please like and subscribe. See you guys.